mean, they're taking these ideas and moving them around. That's where I'm getting at, is try, instead of just only playing licks, instead of running up and down in scale, try to just, you know, be motivic, try to think like a composer when you're improvising. It's going to be very rewarding to you and also kind of draw the listener in as well. I wrote it all on C, the root of C. You can move it to D, you can move it to all 12 keys. It's good practice to do it that way, but ultimately I like to just apply it to songs. So we have this. Okay. Instead of 1, 2, 3, 5, we have flat 3. And then I wrote it here. Just a C minor chord. However, when you kind of think about the harmonic concept of it, you have the triad, 1 flat 3 5, and then the 2 is often referred to as the 9, kind of very lush. You know, you get that flavor. A lot of gypsy jazzers love to do this. You know, playing that idea, that melodic cell, up 2 or 3 octaves. This song, who knows what song this is? That's Santana's Europa, which is based off of what song? Exactly, he uses the chord progression to Autumn Leaves for his song called Europa. I'm gonna go to Blue Bossa. I also passed this one out. If you all know this great jazz classic by Kenny Dorham, now recorded by a lot of gypsy jazz players as well, of course. If you know Blue Bossa, the first 8 bars of Blue Bossa is just like playing minor swing. It's the same progression, all right? It goes 1 to the 4, 5, and back to the 1. Well, 2, 5, but I just consider it as a 5. So again, this kind of preps us. So that type of thing is very important as well. Now, I'm looking at this lead sheet, no tabs, just C minor to F minor. That's all I'm looping, the 1 chord to the 4 chord in a minor key. And then as I mentioned, it goes 5, 1, and that's the first 8 bars, but really it's 2, 5, 1. But the big picture is just 5, 1. F minor. I'm going to show you what I'm doing at C minor, F minor, C minor. Just move your hand if you want to. C minor, F minor. F minor. C minor, F minor, C minor, F minor, C minor, F minor, C minor, F minor, back to C minor. And that's the fun part, is try to connect it. C minor. Here's F right here. And back to C minor, F minor, and was actually some embellishments around those notes. And I'm trying to be motivic about my ideas. But I'm limiting completely to just these 4 notes per chord. Good, how was that, you guys? Were you having trouble finding the F one? Who is having trouble? Where's F at? But you know, again, these are just good things to know. Like, oh, I gotta really know C, 2, 3, 4, C. This is just like preliminary stuff to F, the roots. And then I went here, C, C, and then maybe F here. And then if you know where, if you can kind of target those notes, you could go 1, 2, flat, 3, and then F, and then C. Just practice stuff like that. And then F. It's just good practice, but it sounds very, instead of just only playing licks, instead of running up and down in scale, try to just, you know, be motivic, try to think like a composer when you're improvising. It's gonna be very rewarding to you and also kind of draw the listener in as well. But again, you know, it's nice to go back to minor swing. Minor swing's one that you'll hear me go back to quite often because it's just 3 chords essentially. Then the 5, tritone sub, and 1. E7, the B flat is a tritone. Substitution for the E7, it's the same, basically the same chord I've in, but you can always do this. 5, 1, 4, 1, 5, tritone sub, 1. And now it's a little bluesy turnaround. That's why you'll see this on It Don't Mean a Thing if it ain't got that swing. This, that bluesy flat 6/5 turnaround. And then at the very end there on measure 17, it looks like this. What is that? That's 1, 2, 3, 5 of the E. And then on the B flat 7, again, which is a substitution for the E7, just a tritone, I'm doing 1, 2, 3, 5, starting on B flat. I'm being pretty, what I would call face value about this etude here. And then on the turnaround, I did just a little kind of a rhythmic hook there from everything else being pretty squared here, except for some of the syncopation. I don't want you to slave over trying to get the right rhythm. I want you to get the ideas, add your own rhythm, but I got to show you some, you know, use of syncopation because that's a big part of the vocabulary, is making sure you can swing and use some of anticipation and all that good stuff. C minor, A minor. And then check this out. I'll follow that. I'm just moving around with the rhythm, especially. Here's that lick. You have this beautiful flavor, 1, 2, flat, 3, 5. Again, that's a little bit more gypsy jazz-ish, working on that, but it's such a beautiful sound.